The drum began to beat after midnight, not loudly, not rhythmically, just once, then silence. Then again, boom. Everyone in the village froze, because that drum had been buried 30 years ago, along with the man who owned it. No one in Oru village spoke the name Akanmu the drummer anymore, not because they had forgotten him, but because remembering him brought sickness, madness, and sometimes death. Akanmu was once the greatest drummer the land had ever known. His hands could command festivals, summon warriors, and calm spirits. Elders said the gods listened when he played, but Akanmu wanted more. On the night of the blood moon, he went into the forbidden forest and beat his drum for the spirits of the dead. He asked for a rhythm that could bring ancestors back, to speak, to warn, to reveal secrets. The forest answered, and when Akanmu returned, his drum no longer sounded like wood and skin. It sounded like breathing. 3 days later, people began to die, not violently, not suddenly. They would hear a drum beat in their sleep, rise from their mats, walk into the darkness, and never return. So the elders did the unthinkable. They buried Akanmu alive, with his drum broken into pieces, sealed in a pit of salt and iron. They swore the drum would never sound again. And for 30 years, it didn't, until tonight. The first to hear it clearly was Sola, the night guard. He stood at the edge of the village with his torch when the sound reached him, soft, slow, deliberate. Boom. His chest tightened. It was not coming from the forest. It was coming from beneath the ground. Sola dropped his torch and ran. By dawn, he was gone. They found his footprints leading to the old burial ground, and stopping abruptly, as if the earth itself had opened and swallowed him. That morning, the elders gathered. "The seal is breaking," old Mama Yajida whispered. "The drum is calling again." They ordered everyone indoors after sunset. No fires, no music, no answering sounds. But rules mean little when fear begins to listen. That night, the drumbeat returned, closer. And this time, children heard it. Little Damalola began humming a tune no one had taught her. It was ancient. Wrong, her mother shut, screaming. Damalola smiled. "He says the ground is cold," she whispered. "He wants his hands back." By the third night, 3 more villagers vanished, always after the drumbeat, always without struggle, no blood, no screams, only silence and the smell of damp earth. The elders decided someone must return to the burial pit. Someone young, someone unmarked. They chose Io, a skeptical hunter who did not believe in old curses. "If something is killing us," Io said, gripping his machete, "it will bleed." At midnight, guided by trembling elders, Io reached the burial ground. The earth there was no longer flat. It was breathing. The drumbeat came again, right beneath his feet. Boom! The ground cracked. Io raised his torch and saw it. A hand, gray, swollen, dripping soil. Another hand followed. Then a face, sunken eyes, stretched skin, mouth sewn shut with thorns. Akanmu had not rotted. He had been listening. The drum reassembled itself behind him, pieces crawling together like insects, skin tightening, wood sealing. Akanmu raised his hands, and the village heard the final rhythm. By morning, Oru village was empty. No bodies, no blood, no signs of struggle, only footprints, hundreds of them, leading into the forest, stopping at the forbidden clearing, and surrounding a single drum, still warm, still beating. They say the drum still calls on quiet nights. They say if you hear a rhythm with no source, if your chest begins to echo it, do not follow, do not answer, because Akanmu is no longer summoning the dead. He is building a village beneath the earth. And he still needs hands to play the drum.